Hi, attorneys. How to grow your legal practice. What your clients want from you, part two. There's a lot to cover in this session and in part one as well. Really helpful information for you to know what your clients want, what's going on out in the marketplace, and how you can grow your legal practice. So you have a bit of a problem. They never taught you in law school how to grow your legal practice. I get that. Attorneys share with me, I want to have less stress, I want to make more money, I want to have a life. This is where I come in. I practiced myself for over 15 years and had to grow client relationships, find new clients, develop referral networks, open offices, launch new initiatives. I know where you're coming from. I've been doing this for over 15 years now, coaching with you one-on-one or on demand with groups or firms or practices on how to grow your legal practice. So I get it. I've done it. So here we go. This is going to be useful information for a solo practitioner, a small firm, medium firm, or if you're in a larger firm and you're looking to grow your own practice kind of through your own initiative. Whether you're an associate, partner, practice group leader, there's valuable information for you here. Also, down at the bottom in description or in comments, there's an offer for a free ebook, my gift to you, over 25 pages that expands this topic and others and shows you exactly how to grow your legal practice. Clients share that they want a trusted advisor, one who adds value with regular, consistent, meaningful communications. We can take all of the intel from both of these sessions and really wrap it up in this sentence. And you could stop at each one of these and say, how do I add value to the relationship? Is my communication regular and consistent? In the first part, I talked about law firms that want to launch a newsletter, and they get excited and they do one the first month, they do one the second month, then about 3 months go by and they do edition number 3, then at the end of the year they do edition number 4, and then in the second year the whole thing kind of drifts away. It happens all the time, and I'm not trying to be negative or be somewhat, anyway. But clients see that, referral networks see that when they're receiving these newsletters from you, and then they kind of stop coming in, or the blog gets less regular, or the blog is just a cut and paste of your new news releases, and it's not really a discussion of meaningful communication with them. They see that. So what you want to do is reflect what they want, and this is what they want. Let's look at this in a bit further detail. And again, I want to come at this from your perspective, but also from the market perspective, with a lot of client intel that'll really help you be strategic and intentional. Sure, great client care, great client services. That's your number one focus. That's job number one. You should care about that big time for several reasons, and we'll see them right here. In those first two blocks, and we talked about this in part one, 80 to 90% of new matters for a law firm come from their existing clients. In the middle block there, 75% of your new clients are probably coming through your existing clients and your existing relationships. Referral networks, members at the bar, alums from your firm who are now at another firm, whatever. It's usually 75% of the time people that you already know. I kid around in one of the other sessions about stop looking for new clients right now, because you want to get really good at taking care of your existing clients and your existing referral sources, because that's where the bulk of your matters and your new clients are going to come from. When you've got those really nailed, spend some time on new clients from new sources that you don't know, or it's a brand new kind of a blue ocean project for you. But I think you'll get a much higher return on your time investment by taking care of clients and existing referral networks. Those last two boxes are interesting for you to know what a potential client does when they have a problem. A person or a law firm has a legal issue, they don't know a lawyer that takes care of this, they reach out to a peer or a colleague and say, who did you use? Didn't you have this problem last year? Yes, we used Sally Smith over at Smith & Jones. That referral is the most important factor by far to that person or company that has a legal problem. And when they reach out to Sally, if by phone or email, 65% of the time, if they're reaching out to you, they've already made the decision to hire you. Really important information for you to help you to to help you be strategic and intentional. So it's not just random one-offs of marketing. It's not just a newsletter or blog that slowly fades away. So here's some client intel, again, from the market that will really be impactful for you to kind of understand this, and let's drive this home a little bit. Clients that had a major legal issue, 61% of the time, 61% had a major firm, or they hired a major firm within the last year. This comes from BTI Consulting. I think we're talking about 2021 here. They had a legal issue and they hired a major firm. 61% of all of the companies that they surveyed had to hire a firm, but only 31% of the time did they hire their primary firm. They've hired somebody else 69% of the time. Gosh, and we could just talk about this slide. Why is that? Why, if they have a problem, why are they not hiring you? And this is all part of the client outreach, client care, client service thing. Hey, it may be that you don't do the type of work that they need, but if they had a great relationship with you, if you were a trusted advisor, you might be able to refer them to somebody who does this work that you know that would help take care of your clients and help put them in good hands. So they consider their primary firm, but only 31% of the time did they hire their primary firm. This is huge. Clients are getting more, they're shopping more, they're getting more selective. They're not afraid to step outside of traditional relationships with their lawyers and their law firm. Also, if we can look into the mind of the client, what keeps them up at night? What are the problems that they have? If you know this in advance, it can really, these insights can really drive your actions. So they say, look, keeping apprised of company issues with potential legal implications, reducing outside legal spend, staying on top of changes in the law, communicating changes in the law to management. These are some of the issues that GCs reported during an ACC interview when they were talking to chief legal officers. What's keeping you up at night? Same thing. You should be able to look at these and go, wow, there's some great insights here. I know how I can address some of this with my maybe more corporate clients as opposed to a small business client or a single individual client. Really helpful market intel. When I talk to lawyers about being more regular and more consistent in communications, the number one roadblock is, oh, my clients know me and they'll reach out to me if they have a problem. I don't want to appear salesy. My clients don't want to be bothered. That's totally not true, as we saw in part 1. Clients want more regular, consistent, meaningful communications from you. And by doing this, you stay top of mind. I recommended in part 1 having a twice a year catch-up, 15, 20 minutes, no charge. I want to know what's going on with your business. We're, in Q2 or we're Q3. It's, we're nearing the end of the year. We're all going to be busy. What's coming down the pike for you? What are your plans for the next year? One of the issues that we look at, and we're going to look at here in just a moment, is knowing my business. Clients say this again and again. Don't wait for me to have a problem to reach out to you, because I might be reaching out to somebody else. So all of this guides you on how to grow your legal practice. That's what this whole session is about. That's what the free ebook is about. Please make sure that you get a copy of that. And then make it a regular thing for you. Calendar that into your workflow. I'm going to reach out to my top 3 clients 4 times a year. What an easy thing to say. Oh, actually, what an easy thing to do. What do they say they want? Again, hugely informational, hugely helpful for you to be strategic. 70% of the time they want more communications. 35% of the time they want to brainstorm with you. That twice yearly call, what a great idea. What a great way to hear, to know my business, to keep appraised of changes, to know what other companies are doing, invest in our relationship, give them new ideas. I mean, right there is a list of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 client outreach topics that build off of what clients are thinking. So here is, and this is expanded on in the ebook, here is what is happening in the marketplace. Let's talk about you for a moment and shifting this into a new perspective for you. Knowing, and we talked about this in part 1, knowing that your clients and your referral networks are yours, they are your wealth. If this is where 90% of your new matters come from and where 75% of your new clients come from, you should care about these relationships big time, because this is where your paycheck comes from. So knowing that this is your wealth, and knowing with the good client relationships, if you go from a firm to another firm, that they should follow along with you. Or if the GC at a corporation leaves and goes to a new corporation, they're going to want to hire you again. So having that knowledge, having that new perspective that no one can take them away from you when you're taking really good care of them, really good client service, really good regular meaningful communications, they're your wealth and they're going to stay with you. That last point, in working with an attorney who wanted to really focus, she had two goals, and we were setting up 50 hours for the coming year to really build out intentionally on those two goals. We tracked her efforts and her revenues. She generated $100,000 in new revenues from 50 hours of effort. We did the math and it comes to $2,000 an hour. This is the most valuable spend of your time. You can't bill out more time, but if you get comfortable with business development, if you get comfortable with client relationships, it's one of the highest returns on an investment of your time that you can do. As you do this, as you have small wins that create more confidence, less procrastination, give you more interest, you want to do more, you want to get more regular and more consistent, it's a self-perpetuating cycle that, in a good way, it's almost addictive in a good way. You realize, I want to do more of this and I want to be better at this. So hopefully what your clients want from you, part 2, was helpful for you. Please like this video. Subscribe to this channel. I'm dropping new content on a regular basis, and then get that free ebook. It'll build on what we talked about here. It has a lot more information for you, so make sure that you get that, and thank you so much. I'll see you next time.